Have you ever wondered why your legs feel weaker, even though you're eating what you thought was healthy? It's not just age. As we get older, leg strength becomes the foundation of independence. Whether you're getting out of bed, walking to the bathroom, or preventing a dangerous fall. But here's what most seniors don't realize. Some everyday fruits, yes, fruits, can silently drain your muscle strength, trigger joint inflammation, and cause dangerous sugar crashes. Red Apple in today's video will reveal the 8 worst fruits for your legs and what to eat instead to stay strong, steady, and energized. Hourglass not on, and midway through, we'll uncover a fruit that's often served in hospitals, but may be silently hurting your joints. Speech balloon. If this kind of health insight matters to you or someone you love, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. We bring out new tips every week to help seniors stay active and independent. Now, let's get into the list, starting with a fruit that might be sitting in your kitchen right now and slowly draining your energy. 1. Grapes. Sweet, small, and quietly draining your leg strength. They look innocent, tiny, juicy, and easy to snack on. Many seniors even see grapes as a healthy choice. But what if this fruit is secretly sabotaging your strength, one handful at a time? Here's what most people don't realize. Grapes are loaded with fast sugars, and they rank high on the glycemic index. That means they raise your blood sugar quickly, much faster than your body can handle smoothly, especially as you age. Brain, why does that matter? When your blood sugar spikes, your body sends out insulin to bring it back down. But in older adults, this system tends to overreact. The insulin surge drops your sugar too far, too fast, leaving you tired, shaky, and drained. And your legs? They're the first to feel it. Speech balloon. Lately, I've noticed my legs feel wobbly after lunch, even if I didn't do anything. Sound familiar? That post-snack fatigue might not be aging. It might be your grapes. But it gets worse. These frequent sugar swings trigger the release of cortisol, a stress hormone. And here's the catch. Cortisol breaks down muscle tissue, especially if your body is already under pressure. Over time, this eats away at your leg muscles, making walking, standing, and balance much harder. Warning, here's what you need to know. Grapes don't have much fiber to slow down sugar absorption. Most people eat more than a serving at once. 5, 10, even 20 grapes in one sitting. That's like sipping a sugar drink, but in fruit form. Light bulb a better swap? Choose blueberries or strawberries instead. They're still sweet, but much lower in sugar and packed with fiber and antioxidants that help reduce inflammation and protect your muscles. You'll feel steadier, stronger, and more energized without the sugar crash. Repeat button. Let's recap. White heavy checkmark. Why it matters. Grapes cause fast sugar spikes, crashes, muscle fatigue, especially in the legs. Light bulb. Smart alternative. Swap grapes for berries with higher fiber and anti-inflammatory effects. Warning, watch out. If your legs feel weak or unstable after eating, your blood sugar might be the hidden cause. Right arrow up next. A golden tropical fruit that tastes like sunshine, but might be quietly inflaming your joints and stealing your sleep. Stick with us. This one surprises even nutritionists. 2. Mangoes. Sweet like sunshine, but quietly draining your energy. Mangoes feel like summer in a bite, golden, juicy, and full of tropical flavor. They seem harmless, even healthy. But if you're a senior trying to stay active, mobile, and alert, this fruit could be working against you. Here's the truth. 1 cup of mango contains nearly 23 grams of sugar, almost as much as a soda. That may not sound alarming, but for older adults, your body processes sugar differently than it used to. The pancreas is slower. Insulin response is less efficient. And the result? Your blood sugar shoots up, and then crashes hard. Brain, why does this matter for your legs? Every time you experience a sugar crash, your energy dips sharply. Your legs, already bearing the weight of age, start feeling heavy, unstable, or just plain tired. You may find it harder to get up from a chair, walk after meals, or stay balanced on your feet. But that's not all. Frequent sugar spikes fuel inflammation. And inflammation doesn't just make joints ache, It actively interferes with muscle repair and strength. That means slower recovery, weaker muscles, and a higher risk of falls. Sleeping phase. Here's something most people don't know. Eating mango late in the day can disrupt your sleep. Why? Because sugar interferes with melatonin, the hormone that regulates rest. Poor sleep equals poor muscle repair. And over time, your legs lose their power to bounce back. I used to think mango was a healthy snack, but now I know too much of a good thing can take a toll. Light bulb smarter option? Try crisp apple slices with a little cinnamon or almond butter. You still get sweetness, but with more fiber and healthy fats to keep your energy steady. Repeat button. Let's recap. White heavy checkmark. Why it matters. Mangoes are sugar heavy and spike blood sugar fast, leading to energy crashes and muscle strain. Light bulb. Better choice. Apples plus healthy fat equals longer lasting energy plus less inflammation. Warning. Sleep impact. Mangoes can disrupt your rest if eaten in the evening, hurting overnight muscle recovery. 3. Bananas. Friendly on the outside, sneaky on the inside. Bananas are a classic healthy snack, right? Portable, affordable, and full of potassium. But here's what they don't tell you. Bananas also come with 14 plus grams of sugar per fruit, and they break down fast in your body. When you eat a banana, you get a quick jolt of energy, but for many older adults, that energy doesn't last. Instead, you crash, feel tired, and your legs start feeling heavier. Brain. What's really happening? The natural sugars in bananas convert quickly into glucose, and if your muscles aren't working out intensely right after, that sugar just floats in your bloodstream, feeding inflammation. Light bulb. Also important. Although potassium is great for blood pressure, too much potassium without enough water or sodium balance can cause muscle cramps, not prevent them. So the bananas prevent cramps myth? Only partly true. Backhand index pointing right. Smart replacement. Sliced pear with a sprinkle of ground flaxseed. Slower digestion, gentler on blood sugar, and packed with antioxidants. White heavy checkmark. If you've ever felt more tired after a banana than before, drop a comment below. Let's share experiences and grow together. Right arrow. Coming up next. A fruit that tastes like dessert and often appears in fruit salads, but may be inflaming your joints behind the scenes. 4. Pineapple. Tropical, tasty, and troubling. Pineapple. It's the kind of fruit that reminds you of beach vacations, sunshine, and summer joy. But here's the truth most people don't realize. It's hiding a sugar overload that can sneak up on your legs, your joints, and your energy levels before you even know what hit you. Pineapple ranks high on the glycemic index, meaning it causes a sharp, fast rise in blood sugar. This can leave seniors vulnerable to the dreaded sugar crash, a wave of fatigue that saps strength from your legs and fogs your mind. And yes, pineapple contains bromelain, an enzyme known for anti-inflammatory benefits. But don't be fooled. That benefit is outweighed by the high sugar content, especially if you're eating pineapple from a can or pre-packaged with syrup. The added sugars only make things worse. Here's another thing to keep in mind. Eating pineapple late in the day, especially on an empty stomach, can spike insulin levels right before rest time, disrupting your sleep and reducing nighttime muscle recovery. And poor sleep? It's directly tied to reduced leg strength and slower healing in seniors. It's like wrapping medicine in a candy shell. Whatever good it might offer is lost in the sugar storm. Studies have shown that frequent blood sugar spikes, followed by crashes, are linked to higher levels of C-reactive protein, an indicator of chronic inflammation. For seniors trying to stay mobile, that's not something to ignore. Helpful tip. Enjoy citrus fruits like grapefruit or kiwi in moderation. They offer vitamin C and antioxidants, without sending your blood sugar through the roof. White heavy check mark if you've made it this far and it's been eye-opening. Let us know in the comments and don't forget to subscribe. We're just getting started. Right arrow coming up. The fruit that seems like nature's water bottle, but its sweetness might be flooding your system with more than hydration. 5. Watermelon. Juicy, refreshing, and misleading. Watermelon feels like the healthiest thing ever, right? It's mostly water, it's cooling, and it seems like a smart snack on a hot day. But here's the catch: watermelon, despite its hydrating nature, is loaded with fast-acting natural sugars. Because it's low in fiber and high on the glycemic index, watermelon sugars are absorbed almost instantly. That means quick spikes in blood sugar and the same old crash right after. For seniors, that's a dangerous cycle. It robs your muscles of sustained energy and can make recovery after activity much harder. Even more, the lack of fiber in watermelon means you don't feel full after eating it, leading to overeating, which further worsens blood sugar control. When you're trying to keep your energy steady for a morning walk or climbing the stairs, that unstable fuel source makes it much harder. And if you have arthritis or other inflammatory conditions, the sugar hit can amplify your symptoms. Think of it as watering a plant with soda instead of water. It might look okay at first, but it's not what your body truly needs. Many seniors don't realize this, but even hydration isn't a free pass. Because the sugars in watermelon act quickly, your kidneys and joints bear the brunt of the burden. Try instead. Snack on cucumbers with a sprinkle of salt and lemon. Still refreshing, but without the sugar overload. Add some seeds or a handful of nuts for a protein boost. White heavy check mark if you've ever thought watermelon was harmless and this surprised you. Drop a comment below. It helps us keep bringing helpful insights your way. Right arrow next up. A convenience food you'll find in nearly every pantry. Sweet, easy to serve, and silently sabotaging your strength. 6. Canned fruits and syrup, sugar in disguise. They come in tiny little cups, and they look like a great way to get more fruit. But canned fruits packed in syrup are one of the worst hidden sugar traps out there. These are not your friends. Sure, the fruit inside may start out healthy, but once it's swimming in syrup, it's like dunking a carrot in a tub of honey. The added sugar transforms what could have been a decent snack into something that spikes blood sugar, inflames your body, and weakens your legs. What's worse, many brands use high fructose corn syrup as the base. This type of sugar has been linked to insulin resistance, liver stress, and increased belly fat, all factors that make it harder to stay strong and active in your golden years. Worse yet, many canned fruits are loaded with preservatives and additives that your aging body doesn't handle as well. These substances can contribute to chronic, low-level inflammation, the kind that makes your joints creaky, your legs tired, and your motivation low. And let's not forget sodium. Some canned fruits sneak in extra salt to preserve flavor. For seniors watching blood pressure or swelling in the legs, that's a double red flag. Better option. Look for fruits canned in water or natural juice. Or better yet, go for frozen or fresh produce. They're just as easy to prepare, without the sugar sting. White heavy check mark if this helped you rethink your pantry staples. Give us a shout in the comments. Your support means everything to our growing community. Right arrow, what's next? A tiny fruit that people often call nature's candy. But when it comes to your health, it might be more trick than treat. 7. Dates. Dense, sweet, and deceiving. Dates are often praised as a natural source of energy, and yes, they are rich in fiber and minerals. But they're also some of the most sugar-dense fruits you can eat. Just 2 or 3 dates can deliver the sugar equivalent of a candy bar. For seniors, that's a problem. Because when you flood your bloodstream with sugar, even from a natural source, it triggers insulin spikes, followed by crashes, inflammation, and muscle fatigue. Many people don't realize that dates also contain a high calorie-to-volume ratio. That means you consume a lot of sugar and energy in just a few bites, without ever feeling full. For seniors managing weight, muscle tone, or blood sugar, that's not helpful. It's the kind of energy that burns hot and fast, and then leaves you drained. Over time, regular intake of dates can contribute to insulin resistance, joint pain, and poor muscle recovery. Not exactly the ideal fuel for healthy, strong legs. If you're already managing blood sugar with medication, dates can even interfere with your ability to keep levels steady, leading to more dramatic ups and downs that wear on your energy and mood. Try this instead. A small apple with a few walnuts or almonds. You'll get that sweet fix with healthy fats and protein to balance things out. White heavy check mark, have you been eating dates daily? Tell us in the comments. Your story might help someone else reconsider their habits too. Right arrow coming up next. One more fruit mistake. Small, wrinkly, and oh so sweet. But it might be silently sabotaging your strength. 8. Sweetened dried fruits. Tiny, tasty, and troubling. Raisins, dried cranberries, dried apricots. They're all marketed as quick, healthy snacks. But here's the truth. Most store-bought dried fruits are not only naturally high in sugar, but they're also coated in extra sweeteners to make them even more addictive. What you get is a concentrated sugar bomb in every bite. And because they're small, it's easy to eat too many. Before you know it, you've consumed as much sugar as a chocolate bar, all while thinking you're making a smart choice. Even worse, the drying process removes much of the water and volume from the fruit, so your stomach doesn't get the same fullness signals. That means you eat more, get less satisfaction, and spike your blood sugar all the while. This kind of sugar rush contributes to inflammation, energy crashes, and leg muscle fatigue. It also wears on your joints and makes it harder to recover after physical activity. And for those dealing with constipation or digestive issues, sweetened dried fruits often come with sulfur-based preservatives, something that can irritate your gut and slow digestion even more. Smarter choice. Look for unsweetened dried fruit and always pair it with a protein source like nuts or plain yogurt. Better yet, choose fresh fruit when you can. It's more filling and less risky. White heavy check mark if you found value in today's breakdown. Show your support with a quick like or comment. It keeps us inspired to serve you better. Right arrow final thoughts coming next. Let's tie all of this together and give you a clear, simple roadmap to protect your leg strength and boost your energy for years to come. Final takeaways from Senior Health Tips. As we've seen today, not all fruits are friendly when it comes to protecting your strength, especially in your legs. They may be natural, they may even be your favorites, but for older adults, the wrong fruits at the wrong time can lead to blood sugar crashes, inflammation, and weakened muscles that quietly chip away at your independence. Brain, so what's the big takeaway? It's not about avoiding fruit altogether. It's about making smarter, gentler choices that support your body, choices that protect your legs, your energy, and your freedom to move through life with confidence. Lightbulb, here are 3 simple lessons from today's video. 1. Not all sugar is created equal, even in fruit. Choose low glycemic fruits like berries or apples. 2. When you eat matters. Avoid high sugar fruits at night to protect sleep and muscle repair. 3. Your legs are your freedom. Keep them strong by reducing inflammation and stabilizing your blood sugar daily. If this video helped you understand your body better, or if it made you rethink what's in your fruit bowl, please consider supporting our channel. At Senior Health Tips, we share easy-to-understand health advice made specifically for older adults who want to stay strong, active, and independent. Backhand index pointing right, tap the like button if you found this helpful. Backhand index pointing right, share this video with a friend or loved one who might be struggling with energy, balance, or muscle loss. Backhand index pointing right, and most importantly, subscribe to Senior Health Tips so you never miss practical, trustworthy guidance that puts your health first. Pushpin, stay strong, stay informed, and we'll see you in the next video where we'll show you the best fruits to build leg strength instead of weaken it.